Hello, this is D-Man, and today I will be showing you the deck that I used to hit Infinite this season. As you can see, the new snap point system is in place, and I am currently within the top 1,000 Infinite players globally, which I'm pretty pleased with. And the deck that I used to hit Infinite this season was a High Evolutionary deck. And the reason I decided to play High Evolutionary is because currently we're seeing countless numbers of Loki decks, and High Evo, I think, does particularly well into Loki. This is because when Loki copies your vanilla cards like Cyclops and Misty Knight, you will not copy the evolved version of those cards because they gain their abilities after they start in the deck, and Loki copies cards in their starting form. So, yeah, it's a pretty good matchup. So this particular version of High Evolutionary is based on Affliction, so putting negative points of power on your opponent's cards so that you can bring out a cheap abomination. And you use the standard High Evo cards like Cyclops and Thing to do that, but in addition, you also use cards like Hazmat and Scorpion to accelerate the process as well. So I'll quickly go through the deck list and my reasoning behind the cards here, and then we'll do some gameplay to show off how this deck performs. So first we have Wasp. Wasp is really good. It's 0 energy and afflicts negative power, which is what we want. We have Sunspot because oftentimes we'll be not using all of our energy to build up our Hulk and trigger our Cyclops, so he just gains a lot of free power based on our playstyle. Basically same thing with Misty Knight. Yeah. We have Hazmat. She's really good in conjunction with Luke Cage for surprising the opponent, potentially on the last turn, by inflicting all of their cards with negative power and then protecting your cards with Luke Cage from being reduced. However, you can also play Hazmat preemptively to afflict your enemy's cards with negative power to bring out an abomination earlier. That's also a fairly valid strategy in this deck. I will say one thing that you should be, I guess, thinking about or concerned about is the fact that when you're playing against Loki, they can potentially steal your Luke Cage, which could completely ruin all of the affliction that you have been using. So that's the main downside of this particular High Evo build against Loki. Honestly, I think a different High Evo build might have a slightly better matchup against Loki, but this still does pretty well in that matchup, because they're not always going to get the Luke Cage. And also, I just particularly like this deck's style the most of the High Evo builds currently, so yeah. We have Scorpion. It's an annoying card that afflicts all of your opponent's cards in hand with negative power, that synergizes with the rest of the stack. In the Loki matchup, it's not as good as it would normally be, because a lot of times they'll use their Loki to basically swap out all of the cards that were afflicted with negative power for new cards that no longer have the negative power, so that's unfortunate. You could potentially save the Scorpion until later turns to circumnavigate this, but it's probably not worth it in that case. But either way, I still like the card generally, especially in non-Loki based matchups. Cyclops is just really good. I think he's the best High Evo card, and you need High Evo for a High Evo deck. Thing, with his recent, arguably nerf that prevents him from hitting the same card multiple times with negative power, he doesn't feel as crazy as he used to be, but he's still pretty good, and sometimes the way his ability works now does work better for spreading out negative power affliction for things like Abomination. And yeah, Abomination's your payoff for afflicting all of this negative power. I would be showing off all of the abilities of these cards, but because they're base vanilla cards, you can't see their abilities until they're actually in your deck with High Evolutionary in-game, so yeah. We're running She-Hulk because often we're going to be floating mana for things like Cyclops and Hulk, so she just synergizes well with that, and then Hulk is our big turn 6 play who gets stronger based on all of the turns. We don't use all of our energy. So, yeah. Fairly straightforward high evolutionary deck. Now, on to some gameplay. This will be my first game post hitting Infinite, so this should be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting if we run into a Loki matchup. We'll see how the deck fares against that, but yeah, let's see what we get. Rank 1437. Alright, nothing to play, so we pass. So currently in our hand we have Luke Cage and Scorpion. Normally I'll save Luke Cage for latter turns to surprise my opponent. So I'll likely be playing Scorpion on turn 2. And we get our Hazmat. So we have Hazmat and Luke Cage. Pretty nice combo. Either I play on White Hot Room or Danger Room. It's unlikely that I'll fill up White Hot Room playing normally. Whatever. We'll feint that we're going for it, and we could, but we'll see. Okay. He reality stones it. We'll put Misty Knight mid and hope for the best. This is tricky. It is nice that Sewer System's out because that'll help our Abomination. He waves. Okay. I mean, honestly, it's probably best to just play our highest power thing, which in this case is the thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Professor X, miss. That's pretty funny. Well, there you have one game. I'll play at least one more to show things off a little bit more. Okay, let's do another. Sorry if my voice is a little bit off. I've been having a little bit of a cough recently. Rank 314. Okay. This might be trickier than before. I think we just put these down. Start using our floated energy for Misty Knight. TBH. Let's go for it. Angela. This could be like the move deck with Silk and Kitty and whatnot. So I'll have to keep that in mind. Mindscape. Honestly, potentially fine if we get our Hulk out on turn 5. Yep, there's Kitty and Hulkbuster, okay. Interesting. Could be some weird thing with Taskmaster. On turn 5, cards cost 1 more. That's gonna screw us with playing out our Hulk early, unfortunately. We'll put our Cyclops there to start building negative power on that Angela, in case we get Abomination. Forge into probably Kitty, yep. 11 Kitty, or 10 Kitty, that's now going to become 11. Well, we're gonna keep priority anyway, so I'll probably play the Cage, float 3, play She-Hulk next turn. Seems like a reasonable play. Red Skull, Kitty. That Dream Dimension is unfortunate. It means that we cannot play both our She-Hulk and our A-Bomb on the same turn. +2, so this will be 11, meaning the She-Hulk, Luke Cage will beat out Red Skull, right? So I think we'll play that there. Unfortunately, yeah, okay, snapping on this. Honestly, I think I'm going to retreat here. Very favored for him since he's going to get my 20 power Hulk. Alright, we'll do one more. $5.15. We're going to float for Hulk. Adelan, of course. We'll play the Misty Knight. Angela. Once again, this could be another Kitty-based deck. Jean Grey. Well, it's actually kind of bad for this deck, because it's oftentimes difficult to fill out a location. Sunspot. And then probably Thing Wasp next turn. Or we can save the Wasp for when we need to access it. Oh, Spider-Man. Okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing, because now our Sunspot can build right. Well, he has Prio, and we know he's going to play mid, so there's going to be 3 things mid for Thing. So, I think we Thing. Then last turn we can Wasp Hulk. Huh. Wave Miles. Yeah, but like, I still win the other lanes. You might have Doom, I guess. We'll play it out. Vision? Yeah, not enough. We got that. Honestly, and under most circumstances I'd snap there, but I didn't want to scare him out. But there you have it. That is the High Evolutionary Affliction deck in action. Hopefully you got something out of this. Yeah, I think this deck is pretty enjoyable. It's very enjoyable for a straightforward deck, at least. I didn't get to really show off any hazmat shenanigans, but like, it's not the main point of the deck anyway, so yeah, it's just a good high evo deck. Yeah. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll catch you in the next one.